And by popular demand, a couple of our people that have been listening to us on our other podcast, which is The Strange and Mysterious World, have requested that we do another podcast with some funny stories. So that's exactly what we're doing. And we've now got a new podcast going. The name is Two Idiots Talking Shit. The acronym would be TITS. So, yep, that's it. We've got a new TITS podcast guy. So, yeah, obviously the idea about this podcast is to keep things fun, and we're going to be talking shit a lot. And we're going to be interviewing customers, or our customers, going to be interviewing people with funny stories, and hopefully we can keep you guys entertained for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. So, yeah. Guys, welcome to our first episode, man. So, Will, how do you feel? Welcome to TITS.
Yeah, love it. Voluptuous.
We're fondly known as TITS.
Yeah.
Two idiots talking shit.
Fondly known as TITS. We're fondly known as TITS.
Right, so we're going to be bringing out a guest shortly. He's actually a friend of mine. His name's Graeme Hillier. And this guy's got some funny stories. I'll tell you what. So we're gonna chat about one of the stories tonight, and then we'll bring him on again, or this afternoon, and we'll bring him on again later in our season to talk about some other stuff he's had. But yeah, so that's the idea. We just got to try and keep this lighthearted, try and keep it fun. We'll do a couple of movie reviews as well, some series reviews on TV, and we'll review whatever shit comes on. We'll review. So that's us. We're just going to be talking shit. Cool. Well,
Okay.
we bring Graeme on.
The Blue Man.
Bring on the Blue Man. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, you look like Paul Maher.
What's happening, Lee?
Yeah,
Are you
hey,
well?
buddy? Yeah, good at you.
Yeah, good, man.
You remember William?
Looking very good. Hey, William, how you doing, bud?
Good. Graeme, good to see you again, man.
Yeah, long time, man.
Wimpy.
Long time.
Yeah, where the fuck did you get the Whippy shirt?
My sister's she's the regional manager for Famous Brands. So
Hey, fuck, so we can get free burgers.
Yeah. So pull in.
But maybe what we should do one day is actually have a podcast. Well, when we do Graham's next one, maybe we do a podcast at Wimpy.
Yeah, we've got to make him Dino Wimpy, but free advertising.
Yeah.
Nice.
Eh? Yeah, okay.
So now it's three guys talking shit. So it's three idiots talking shit. So it's still
Oh, God, yeah.
Still
Speak
tits.
yourself, 2 idiots.
but it's three tits. It's like that. What's that? Movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and when that chick with the 3 tits. Total Recall.
The 3 amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So,
Yeah,
Graeme, so obviously this is going to be our first podcast for this new series that we're having. And the whole idea is I want to hear about that story, man. That story of you in France. Yeah, what happened?
Lee, I hope my mom's not watching this or any of my friends, but because it's not the most proud moment of my life.
This is one of many. I know.
No, trust me, this has got to be the one that takes the bacon. But yeah, shit, Lee, it wasn't a very happy time of my life, dude.
Yeah. So tell us what happened. So now, first of all, you were going on holiday to France, eh?
Yeah, so I was on my way to France. So I had this overnight trip from Dubai, and I hate overnight flights because you get to your holiday destination and you haven't slept on the plane, so you're all grumpy and you're grubby and you just want to have a shower and stuff.
Yeah.
So I pull into this hotel, and it's not the best hotel, okay? I'm on like a budget holiday here. So I pull into this hotel, and all I wanted, and it was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and all I wanted was a bath just to get refreshed, and I can go and get dressed and go out and do some sightseeing. So
I'm going to stop. I'm assuming they didn't have showers. They had a bath there.
Yeah, they had a bath. So
that's a
Wait, so where are you now? Where are you? Like you're on the way to Dubai, you stop off in France for your...
Yeah, so I flew from Dubai to France because it was a connecting flight. So I landed in Dubai, I got my connecting flight and flew off to Paris. And it was my first time in Paris. So I'm all excited and, French woman and wine and, So anyway, so I get to Dubai and it's boiling hot. I mean, to Paris and it's boiling hot. It's humid. It's like Durban, yeah, in summer. I was grubby. I was dirty, and I wanted a bath and just to get refreshed. I was going to get some breakfast and then head out and go and see some sights of Paris. So I go into this bathroom and they've got this huge bath, man. It's massive. The biggest bath I've seen. So I thought, this is great. While I'm on holiday, I'm going to fill this thing up to the top because in South Africa, we don't have deep baths because of water. So I filled this bath and the water that came out looked like it was a yellow color, like straw. And it smelled of egg. It smelled terrible. Yeah, I don't know why. And I only later read, this is months afterwards, that Paris has got a problem with the water. That's why everyone drinks Evian and, they drink bottled water. They don't drink out the taps because their water dates back to blooming Roman times, I think, when they still had aqueducts and whatever. But this water stank and it was like a yellow color. So there's no ways I wanted to get a bath in this. So I thought,
should have bathed in the Evian. You should have got 20 gallons of Evian.
They would have cost more than his holiday.
Yeah, that's my holiday money gone.
You could have laid there in the bath and drank the water while you were lying on it.
Yeah, I should have just got some wet wipes and just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm pacing up and down my room thinking, what am I going to do? Because I needed a bath. So I thought, well, I had a bright idea of, I don't know if you know what bath bombs are.
Yeah.
They're those effervescent things that women throw in the water to make it smell nice.
So you only know these things if you...
do you know what they are, William?
I don't know if I'm gay enough to know.
No, I don't think you say. But I was desperate. Desperate measures, my friend. Desperate times.
I'm just joking. I know they are.
You know what they are. Yeah. So I thought, that's a great idea.
Because I've had girlfriends before, only.
Yeah. I know you're undercover, yeah. So I thought, shit, let me get a couple of those and I'll throw them in and then Bob's your uncle, I'll be fresh as a daisy. So across the road from where I was staying, there was this shop called Carrefour. It's like a Woolworths type shop that we get in South Africa. It's like a supermarket type thing. So I got dressed, emptied the bath, got dressed, and I ran downstairs and went into the shop. Now the shop is big. So I asked one of the attendants, and now I can't speak French at all. So I'm trying in my broken trying to recite French here. Could you show me where the bath bombs are? And this guy looked at me strange. And I just said, show me where the toiletries are kept. So he kind of showed me this direction. So I go strolling along, going to have a look. And they've got this toiletry section's massive, man. It's like double the size we get in South Africa. There's like hundreds of different, and everything's in French. So I'll go walking along and I'm picking up things, and suddenly I see these big round things that look like bath bombs. They all individually wrapped, like typical French flair with little bows on top, and they're in this like tissue paper. It's like this colored tissue paper with little bows. Yeah, really gay. They're absolute gay stuff. I look for
gay
the
bombs.
Stuff, man. Gay pods. That's what So I tried to read what it says on there, but everything's in French, and all I saw was toilette. Now, toiletries. I didn't think anything of it. So I thought, well, these look like the thing, and I grabbed about 6 or 7 of them, and I ran off to the counter, paid for them. I ran back to my hotel room, I ran another bath, and I made it full, but this thing was about that way from the top. And I was so happy that, so I unpacked these things and I threw them in the water, and these things just sank. They didn't go onto the top and fizz. And I thought that was a bit odd. These things just like dropped in and they sank to the bottom. And I thought,
well,
okay,
the
that's
French
strange.
do it differently, huh?
Yeah, they do. You know what Frenchmen are like. So I thought, shit, man. So I said, anyway, it's a different country. Maybe they're different to the ones that we get in South Africa. So I go into the room and I wait for a while for these things to dissolve. And I come back and the water's turned a dark purple color. I couldn't even see the bottom of it. It's like dark blue, it's more like a purple. And I thought, shit, that's a bit strange. Because normally they don't change the color of the bath, the water. So anyway, I get undressed and I jump in the bath and I had to wash my hair. So I jumped into the bath and I slid under the water. This bath is big, just to wash my hair. Now, as I came up, but all of a sudden my eyes started to burn like hell, like really bad. My skin started to tingle, and I thought, no, man, there's something wrong here. And I'm thinking to myself, what? I think, no, man, there's something wrong. And when I mean my eyes are burning, they are burning badly. So I couldn't even open them. So I'm looking for the towel, that was beside me. I grabbed the towel and I wiped my face and I stood up. And in the bathroom where the basin was, they had like these mirrors on both these walls. It was like an L-shaped mirror. This whole bathroom was basically a mirror. And as I wiped my face and I look in the mirror, but I nearly had a hernia, but I promise you, I nearly pooped. I was from the top of my head to the bottom of my head, I was a dark purple color, dude. Completely, when I mean dark, I was almost black. And all I could see were these 2 white eyes and my teeth. So I'm thinking, what the shit? What's going on here? So I get out the water and I get my towel and I'm wiping it. And I see now my towel is stained. Where I'm standing on the floor mat, it's got my footprints are stained. And I'm thinking, no, there's something wrong. And I'm cleaning myself up and this shit's not coming off. There's stuff staying on my skin. So I'm thinking, no, there's something wrong here. So I go where I threw this thing in the bin, this paper. I turned, my eyes are burning, and I looked at this paper and I turned the label upside down, and all I saw was a picture of a toilet and this guy and a hand throwing it in. And what it was a toilet block that you stick in toilets. Those things that you stick when you're trying to break the shit up. So I've just been bathing in a toilet, basically.
So it almost like dissolved you like a massive turd.
Dude, let me tell you, I was shitting myself.
Lucky you didn't come out like a sludge.
Let me tell you, bud, at least I didn't smell like a turd. I smelled like pine, like a pine tree. I didn't even smell nice. So now my hair's black, dark purple, my eyes, and I can't get this off. Now I'm crapping myself because I'm even starting to feel a bit nauseous because I'm stinking. So now I dry myself and I start walking up and down my room thinking, what the hell am I going to do? I thought I should go and see maybe a policeman or something to ask for help because I thought I was going to die. This stuff is chemical. So I'm thinking to myself, shit, what am I going to do? And I was in there for about an hour now. And I'm thinking, no, I've got to go and get help. So I thought, shit, I've got to try and get this stuff off myself. So I thought, let me go back down to the shop and go and ask for help. So I get dressed. Now, you must understand, I'm dark blue now. I'm purple in color. So I dry myself off. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, I'm scared to even go out in public in case someone arrests me. I don't know. Someone might think I'm going crazy or something. So I get dressed and I thought I'm going to run to the shop. I'm not even going to stop at the reception. I'm not even going to say hello to anyone. I'm going to run straight to the shop and going to ask for help. So I get dressed. I catch a lift downstairs. I run through the doors. I run across the road straight into the shop. Now, the strange
they're definitely going to arrest you because now there's this purple guy just bolting down the fucking road.
I look probably like something from an ogre from the deep blue sea, some monster that's come up from. And I can clearly remember, like running into the shop, they had these doors that opened automatically, and there was this family coming out that had kids, and they saw me sprinting in, and I saw them move the kids out the way. So I can imagine what they must have thought. There's just some crazy idiot, half dressed, and but I can just remember these kids looking at me. And I'm looking as I'm running past them. I'm looking at them, and the shock in their face. And the parents were just pulling their kids. So I ran to this cashier now.
You know what? I think I heard a UFO story of these kids saying when they were young they saw this purple man and like.
Hey, I know what you're getting.
And he was abducted by aliens, and they had to go through psychology for like 10 years to get this.
Well, I think these kids are going to join them.
It's you. It was fucking you.
Yeah, I think it's the same kids, but it must have been. So anyway, so I went straight to this cashier to go and ask for help. Now, I can't speak French, so I'm trying to recite French. Please help me. Like in my broken English and broken French, like, I need help, please.
So there's this blue guy just stuttering, like.
Yeah.
Alien. They're like, fuck, this guy's talking alien talk.
Yeah. So, Papa Smurf. And
Did you have grey hair? It was purple now.
No, it wasn't this grey. I think I actually bleached it from the bloody. That's why it's probably so great. So anyway, so I go to this cashier, and she's busy serving. There's like a queue now, and I bugger the queue. I push my way forward, and I go and say, "Listen, I need help." So she looks up at me, and she suddenly remembers what I bought and what I look like, and she puts one and one together. So she turns around, and all I see was her shoulders doing this. She was like laughing, and now people that were in the queue kind of stood back because I hear this Englishman talking shit, and these looking like I don't know what. So it made a bit of a ruckus. So this manager, there was this office up at the top with the stairway, and this oak came running down the stairs to see what was going on. And thank God it was an Englishman who was the manager of the store, but he was from the UK. Thank goodness. So I think, please, bud, I need some help, man. I've made a terrible mistake. And he looked at me, he said, what the hell happened? I said, listen, I bought these things from your shop. I thought they were the bath bombs, but they turned out to be toilet props. So he I could see him trying not to laugh. And he says, no, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I said, how can I help? I said, I need to get fixed. I need to get back to pink.
It's not Photoshop.
I need to get back. Yeah. So the guy says, wait, he's got something. So he runs off. He comes back 5 minutes. He's got a liter of nail polish remover. A liter. I don't know what it was. It just said it was in French. All I saw was fingernails.
Yeah.
So I could do it with nail polish remover. So, and he got me a whole bag of cotton wool. So he gave it to me for free, but he didn't even charge me. He just said, "Yeah, take this." So I grabbed the thing and I shook the guy's hand, and it was so funny because when I shook his hand, all I saw was this purple hand over this pink hand. It was bizarre. It was like some Walt Disney character shaking the hand of a normal person. So, as I'm saying, thank you. This lady who is behind the counter who helped me looks at the manager and says something in French to him, and he laughs and he says to me, this lady wants to know that she finishes work in 2 hours. She says that if she wants, she can come help you clean your bag. And she smiled at me and she had no front teeth, so I said no.
But there's no teeth. Well, actually, it could be nice that though.
No, not that.
Hey, have you ever tried it? Come on, man.
No, have you tried it? Have you tried it?
No, well, that's what I wanted to know. Like, I thought if maybe if you tried it, you could tell me. Well, I live in Cape Town. I live in Cape Town, so maybe.
No, you've tried it. I know there's a lot of oaks in Cape Town that should keep missing. So I said, no, I'll be fine. So I grab this and I run back up to the room, and I was up there for a whole day. She said it, I promise you. And I was up there for the rest of the day, that whole night. I never slept a wink, trying to get back to pink. Now, the problem was, it got even so bad that I had cotton wool. I had a shirt of mine that I put cotton wool on, not cotton, that acetone on. And I was rubbing my back like this to get the bloody stuff off my back. But
the stuff was working.
It worked, yeah, it worked. The only problem is that it wouldn't do my hair. So I actually went the next day to get my hair shaved. My eyebrows were dark. They all just looked like black. So I didn't leave my black, but my hair, I had to go and have it cut off. Wow. But the worst thing is that...
So, Graeme, hold on. Before you carry on, what year was this?
This was 2018.
That's the year woke began in France.
Yeah.
Just because of you, you started it.
Yeah, I was starting it. So, but the funny thing is that all my beds, because I lay down on my bed and I obviously couldn't take all the purple off my back. So when I woke up in the morning, once I'd gotten back to pink, like you see a dead person, a detective, they paint that line around a dead person on the floor where he lay. There was a picture of my body. You can see how I lay on this purple thing on my bed. My pillow had been stained blue. There were purple footprints on my carpet. The bath, my towels were finished. They were all purple. I used all of them to try and get the stuff. So I'd wasted a whole lot of that stuff. Anyway, the next day I had my shave, but I felt sick, so I actually cancelled my trip to France. I came back home.
So how long were you in
So I
France?
couldn't walk around for 2 days, for 3
Sure.
days.
And you were supposed to
Were you
be?
supposed to go to Dubai?
No, he
Yeah,
flew
so
from
I think the story's not finished.
it was a connection.
So, yeah, so I had to catch a flight from Paris to Dubai, Dubai to Joburg. So anyway, I forgot to clean my ears. So I still had black ears. They were black inside, and my nuts were still blue, and certain areas were still dark blue. And the funny thing
Was it bigger now that it was a different color? Because I heard if it's a different color, it's usually bigger.
No, trust me, I think it shrunk. But the problem is that it took about 6 months for the color to go. So there was about 100 shades of blue. So each week it got lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Thank God I never had a girlfriend though. Let me tell you that, yeah. Anyway, so I'm sitting on the airplane, and this big bodybuilder was sitting next to me, and he was from Japan, and he had all these tattoos. He was fully, like, on the neck and everything. He was covered in tattoos, massive oak. And his arms were on my, like, armrest. I had to sit there like some old lady then. He never spoke a word. As we landed in Dubai, he gets up and he comes to me and says, "Oh, have you tattooed your ears?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And I suddenly remembered that I hadn't cleared the inside of my ears. So I said, "Yes, I did." So I guarantee you, man, if I see that guy again, he'll have his ears tattooed in. I guarantee you. So I'm sitting at the airport and I'm waiting for my connecting flight, and my phone rings and I can see it's an international number, and I know that it's a hotel. Now I'm shitting myself because now they've gone into my room to clean it. And I'm scared they're going to make me pay. So I don't know whether to answer this phone or not.
And it looks like a crime scene of like where you've killed like 1,000 Smiths.
Exactly.
So hold on.
Blue, everything was blue.
Before you carry on, before you answer the phone. So you how long were you supposed to be in France?
For 2 weeks.
Okay. So for 2 weeks, you rock up there. You were 2 days. I'm assuming you got most of the stuff off.
Yeah, I did. So most of the stuff, which was just my hair.
But then you didn't tell the hotel you were leaving. You just bolted.
No, I just bolted. I just left.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway,
shame, man.
I just grabbed my luggage and I phoned.
You could have walked around there like that and got some more of those girls with no teeth, man. It sounds like that.
Yeah, I should have waited, eh?
Yeah, you should have stayed there for 2 weeks. You could have had a time, man.
In hindsight, I was so stupid, eh? So stupid. But Lee, so I didn't, because I thought they were going to make me pay. So that's why I thought I'm not sticking around. And because I felt sick.
Typical South African.
Typical South African. And because I felt sick, the stuff made you feel sick. I kept smelling this bloody, it smelled like almost chlorine.
Oh.
So so this phone rings while I'm in Dubai, and I answer this and I hear this French person, "Oh, Mr. Hillier, what happened in the room?" So, and I could hear that they'd put me on speakerphone because I could hear people in the background. So I said, "Hey, listen, guys, I need to be honest with you, man. This is what happened. I don't speak French, and I took a bath in the toilet, unfortunately, and I got stained. And all I heard were these people in the background laughing. And I said, "Please, I'm so sorry. Do I need to pay for anything?" And he said, No, we'll take care of it." He said, "Please come back. But I can guarantee you I'm never going to come back." So that was my trip in France. And then 8 months after that, I went back. This time I made sure I stayed in a hotel where the water was good.
So it was the water's fault.
Yeah, it's the water's fault. I blame the water. It's all France's fault.
Yeah, fuck.
But
awesome.
but that was my social blunder of note.
Wow.
I've had bad luck traveling, Lee. I've had the worst luck traveling.
We gotta get you on our next podcast on the next time to do your Russian prison stint.
The Russian story when you were arrested for 2 weeks. We'll do that on another podcast.
Well, not actually for 2 weeks. It was for 6 days. But anyway, that'll be another day.
Okay, cool.
But
cool,
Lee, I think we need to go traveling together, mate.
Oh no, I don't know.
I'm fucking scared.
Yeah, no. I know if I go with you, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe you can go find
You know
those
what I'm
girls with
saying?
the no teeth.
Yeah, you know what? I should actually, I should have maybe taken her up on that offer.
Yeah, no one would have known, except for now if you
No
brought
one
it up
would
on
have
the
known.
podcast.
Just think she wouldn't have had blue teeth.
Yeah. You look like
The
she's
teeth
been
wouldn't
blowing
have
a
got there.
smurf.
She's got no teeth. Yeah, no, it was hectic.
You'll be walking around France and this bodybuilders will be like, geez, did you tattoo your gums?
Yeah, certainly. That
Yeah.
was a social blunder of note, man.
No, cool.
But these things happen. Eh? You know, that's the problem. Next time I go, I'm going to make sure I've got that translation app on my phone.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you didn't even have like a chat TTP, so you couldn't have been like, will I
Heck, this
die
is
from bathing in
2018.
a toilet?
This is 2018, eh? This is still back in the archaic ages. There wasn't such thing as chat GPT and, you know. But anyway, we live and learn, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's amazing. What a story.
Yeah, Graeme. Thanks a lot for that,
so
buddy. Much
loved it.
appreciated.
back in my knee.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool, man.
Right.
But we'll chat soon again, man. I'll definitely I'll give you a call when we're gonna have our next one.
Pop round to the shop, man. Come see us.
I will do, buddy.
Awesome.
Come see me
Graeme.
before I go to Germany.
No, I will do. I will.
Yeah, good seeing you, Graeme.
Yeah, William, take it easy, mate. Good to see you, bud.
No, cool, man.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, guys. Ciao.
Cheers. Cool. Done.
Awesome.
This is
There you go.
Graham's got funny stories, dude. Yeah.
That was so funny. It was even funnier than the first time I listened to it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys from who are listening now to our first episode, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna have a lot more of this. Yeah, just a lot of us talking shit, basically. So hopefully we can entertain you, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Oh.